Hello, 7AC here again with Ed's model, the Synapse. If you're like me and you have one, you really like its smooth flying characteristics and its full aerobatic capability. I like the Synapse for FPV. I have an 808/16 camera and a 5.8 gigahertz video transmitter that I fly with it, and it flies about 20 minutes on a single 4,000 milliamp battery. But it does have one disadvantage, and that is there's really no cargo room for an OSD. The real genius of Ed's Synapse design is in this demountable tray that carries the battery. By being able to move the battery back and forth, we can adjust the center of balance for this model to precisely where we want it. We can vary the size of the cargo in FPV gear and move the battery backwards or forward to compensate for that increased weight either forward or aft. So I wanted to preserve Ed's system of trays in the fuselage. The Synapse, 2 inches, roughly 2 inches by 2 inches. It comes out to about 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 on the fuselage size. I recognize that with the 808/16 and its 90-degree plug, I would need a wider fuselage and one that was taller. So I designed a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 nominal fuselage. And I kept Ed's system of movable trays. By taking the battery and stowing it below, I solved two problems. One, I could maintain that system of center of gravity balancing, and that added another little bonus in that I've had occasions where I've whacked my Synapse to the ground, and when I do, this 4,000 milliamp battery comes forward and has the potential to destroy my FPV gear. By putting it into a lower tray, it's got plenty of exit room if I decided, if I unintentionally auger the model in. And I move my video and with space in the back for my OSD. So I kill two birds with one stone by using a double-decker tray system that Ed started with the Synapse. Here's our Synapse. Now the wing is equipped with the, what I'd like to call the Fat Boy 2-tray fuselage. Again, it's about 3 1/4 high and about 3 1/4 wide on the outer dimensions. It's wide enough so that we can stow our battery down below, and up above here we have room for the OSD and all the gear that's associated with it. I don't have the video camera or transmitter included right now, but they'll sit right here on the second floor of the revised Synapse. As you can see, our Synapse has been transformed into what I like to call the Synapse Relapse. Here's our 20-inch long tube, 3 1/4 or so by about 3, and it features the two trays. Part of my motivation, as you'll remember, was being able to haul my Cyclops Nova OSD. The Nova uses an infrared sensor to sense the horizon, and from what I've learned, it has some problems being used with a flying wing. So I decided to adapt the Synapse fuselage to a set of arm and wings that were built for a noob tube. It's 48 inches span and a 7-inch cord, very similar to what the Synapse uses. I've got a pair of 1/4-inch dowel rods that support a 17-inch wide horizontal stabilizer that's 5 deep with a 2-inch elevator, and 7-inch high vertical stabilizers. This is the same system that Ed uses on the Synapse. It makes the tail on the Relapse foldable and therefore more portable. And because the system is attached using rubber bands, the whole thing can break down and be carried very much like the Synapse with the tails folding under, which gives this model a lot more portability. You'll also notice that I've powered it with a Hobby King DT750 motor, which seems to handle the load quite well. Let's go take a look and see how this revised Synapse flies. Thanks.